Hey guys, and now we are here to talk about the final match day of English Premier League. One of the most exciting final days that we've ever had. Could it be so? Yeah, it could be so. I'm here to monitor both games of Arsenal against Everton and West Ham United against Manchester City. These games are really crucial, and Manchester City scores. And Manchester City are the first to open the scoreline against West Ham. We all know that all is in Manchester City's hands. We all know that the city is on Manchester City's side. They just need to win their own. And out of 10 times where the title was defined into the final match day, nine, it means 90%. The team that was leading won the title finally. Now for Arsenal, there is also a chance. And Phil Foden right here, I gotta say that he shows why he was named the player of the season for Manchester City with 17 plus 8 and now 18 goals plus 8 assists for Manchester City this season. Phil Foden was named the Player of the Year, Premier League Player of the Year. And that's really cool that he's striking, because there were a lot of doubts that he was overrated in terms of this award, that there are a lot of players who deserve this award more, but right now Phil Foden is scoring the most important goal in the entire league season. West Ham is in a really terrible form. That's truth. So they got down 5-0 against Chelsea, Arsenal. They definitely don't know what's happening in parallel. I'm absolutely sure they don't. But what a brilliant shot that was from Phil Foden. Suggest you to watch it. Like, most goals scored by Phil Foden were also, from the aesthetic point of view, really great, really impressive. He was the one who took the role of De Bruyne as the most dangerous player in front of opponent's goal, and he was the one who could be right now. He could be the one who whoa, for now a chance for Arsenal, and Tomiyasu trying to find his goal with a header. Nice cross by Declan Rice. The one who, for most of public experts, was more evident candidate for the Best Premier League Player award. He, alongside Martin Odegaard. If we are talking about my point of view, in this ranking, Rodri was also strongly underrated because he was not in a short list, but he was a crucial man for Manchester City this season also. But here, in the decisive match of the whole league title, Phil Foden shows why he's there. Because he took the role basically of Ilkay Gundogan, also, who with his goal, who won like 2 titles at the end of the previous season with his goal. Also the league, because he scored kind of 4 goals in the last 3 matches, and most of these goals were decisive. They were crucial to get the victories. And he also scored a double to beat Manchester United in a FA Cup final. So Ilkay Gundogan was not only a captain, but also a true leader, taking the club to the titles. Arsenal, but anyway, Arsenal definitely needs to fix their own job, to just get their own job done. Because if they don't, oh, that's a mistake from Thomas Partey, but a small one and with no consequences. Uh, if it will not be done, they could only blame themselves for not winning the title. They need a victory here, but also they need to count on Manchester City and West Ham. In a parallel game for Manchester City, West Ham, there was also one more chance for City with a long shot, and that's I think a very important point of change for Guardiola side, because this season they started doing those things in a previous season. They are not trying to get directly in front of goal, to get as close as possible to score clean goals just from the goalkeeper's box. No, uh, they are now. They are now trying long shots, and they have masters of long shots like Phil Foden has already shown today. Yeah, so that's a really important change for them, because it looked like previously all such masters like Foden, Rodri, and even De Bruyne looked like they were banned from shooting from range. This season, and starting from the previous season, Guardiola side is much more adaptive and definitely much more variable than any time before, at any point before. As for me, that was the key, also one of the keys for winning the Champions League last year. This season they've got Real Madrid as a rival, and that's also a truly important thing, because Real Madrid is this Real Madrid, as for me, is one of the most. I would say that this Real Madrid is one of the most. Uh, is one of the best teams in the entire history at the 21st in the 21st century. That's definitely. But Manchester City was not worse in terms of two matches against Real Madrid. They've lost a mind game. They've lost a penalty shootout. But still, it's clear that they are one of two, three, maybe three best teams in the world. That no one doubts that. I guess I've got some problems with internet connection. Need to fix it. I don't know what's going on. The translation stopped suddenly. What's going on with the translation? I have here two devices and none is working. I think I need to reload. Right now, I also get notifications from the parallel games where Chelsea is now beating Bournemouth, and also Sheffield United is losing to Tottenham, and Aston Villa losing to Crystal Palace. But it means nothing right now, as Aston Villa has already secured their position in top four spot. Manchester City beating uh, Tottenham. Not only went straight to the title, but also guaranteed this title to Aston Villa, this top four spot and Champions League participation next year for Aston Villa. So they are more or less, if Tottenham loses to Sheffield, they could potentially even finish as fifth. Yeah, they would they would drop to the sixth spot, and Chelsea would go to directly to the Europa League. And Tottenham would be obliged to face qualification stages. But it doesn't look like it seems to happen, because Sheffield United has no motivation. They are definitely the weakest team this season, only 16 points and 102 goals conceded. Looks really terrible. And they do look terrible. Indeed, so Tottenham got an easy one in their last round. Then Kulusevski just scored. But Chelsea looks like they found finally a form. They are now higher than Newcastle, than both Newcastle and Manchester United. They are more or less secure on their sixth spot in top, so they are forming the top six, and that's a good achievement with the problems Pochettino had, not only in terms of Todd Bowley as a manager, but also as injuries. The situation in Chelsea throughout the season was really terrible, and the fact that he's now six in his first season looks really great. Let's try to restart this translation. Yeah, we are back. At least we are back with Arsenal against Chelsea. Arsenal against Everton translation. Also, as for me, I have to admit that the work of Sean Dyche is strongly underrated this season. Oh, Mike Oliver, right here was the reason why Arsenal was unable to run into fast to run a fast counter attack. No, no way, no way. Not because of his whistle, but just because of his behavior. He just touched the ball and it changed the direction. Now trying to get back to Manchester City game. Yeah, and we are back here also. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But Arsenal, but still problems with connection on Arsenal's game. Sorry for that. Let's focus then on City against West Ham. Kudu's going right side. He's the guy with the most dribbles this season. He's playing for West Ham. West Ham will probably finish ninth. Yeah, that's more or less safe for them. There is the distance in front to Manchester United and also to the bottom to Brighton. What a pass! And it's 2-0 for City. And it's Foden to score again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is why he was a key person in key games. He was really an important part of this success throughout the whole season. But now he's showing why that's not why that's not an exception, why that's absolutely deserved title, because that Phil Foden is right now is in a magnificent form, truly. Yeah, he shows here Jeremy Doku, a guy who started the season brilliantly. Throughout the first round, he made 4 assists in one game, and that's nearly a record. I'm not sure about the statistics, but that's definitely something that happens extremely rarely. Now he's assisting Phil Foden with a brilliant pass. No one is able to touch the ball before Phil Foden, who is in time in the right place. He's also, yeah, we have to appreciate also his reading of space. It was also brilliant. And Phil Foden with a double in 20 minutes shows the world why he's the best in the Premier League this season. Yeah, fully agree with the commentator who just told who just congratulated Manchester City with their title. And that's goal number 20 for Phil Foden for the first time in his career. He has more than 20 goals in one season, in one Premier League season. That's a great achievement. Yeah, probably we have one after 20 minutes. We have one intrigue minus. We have killed one of these intrigues throughout the season. So Manchester City, and that's for sure was the major one. Manchester City are champions for the fourth time in a row, and that's the first time in the entire history of English football, of English highest division, of for a team to win the league 4 times in a row. It also means that Manchester City wins this league 7 times in 8 years, and that is something out of mind. Guardiola has done a brilliant job. Nottingham Forest is also leading, and they are leading with 2-0 against Burnley, and that was the safe way for them to secure a place in a Premier League. If only they will not get a bigger points ban. They had -4 points with a federation decision because of some financial issues. But even though Nuno Espirito Santo's side is probably staying, because that was not convenient till the end, before this. Before this match day, before the final match day, as they had 29 points and Luton had 26, so potentially they could have matched, but no. Right now, Nottingham is 2-0 in front of Burnley, who's definitely relegated, uh, and Luton. That's a miracle side in the Premier League this year with only 12,000 capacity stadium, a countryside that really excited the world, but they are now down. So basically, because of that, after that 20 minutes, it looks like the only potential change that could be meaningful could be in matches of Tottenham and Manchester and Chelsea, because if Tottenham is not winning against Sheffield, that's difficult to imagine. If they draw or lose to Sheffield United, then Chelsea would have a chance to finish fifth and qualify to the Champions League directly. But right now, it doesn't seem to happen. To be honest, I expected this stream to be really emotional one. Just kind of. I expected this stream to be really emotional one. I expected this stream to fascinate, because two really great sides are fighting for the title, but Manchester City fixed it all extremely quickly. It's right now a bit difficult to find new senses. Yeah, that's also interesting. As for me, both Manchester City and Arsenal are also like a very that's a great pleasure to watch those teams playing, and I think that that's still good. But Arsenal is not proactive. They've started really proactively. In the first 4 minutes, they've created, I guess, like 2-3 direct goal scoring opportunities. They didn't execute, but it was not a problem. And right now, the team is much slowlier. Looks like they know what's happening at Etihad. That even beating Everton with 10 goals will not resolve their problems. That's a shame, to be honest. Yeah, that's a shame, because these Arsenal truly deserve the title. But there are two teams that deserve this title, and Guardiola, as we've used to that in Guardiola battle against Jurgen Klopp. Guardiola here is also looks like the one who's gonna win, gonna find the proper solution for this title winning issue, to find all the keys better than his rival. Yeah, Mikel Arteta definitely knows what's happening, and now they have a break to drink water, and also to get and also like it's, I guess, that Jeremy, who's that? Doucouré? No, who's lying on the grass and he's receiving some help. That's definitely a shame for match day 38, because like last year, but not for the Manchester City fans' nerves, because last year they were losing to Aston Villa 2-0, and then Ilkay Gundogan came to rescue. Yeah, they definitely didn't want to. They didn't let. They definitely didn't want to make this happen once again. That would be definitely too nervous, too nervous. So, as I think, Arsenal, yeah, 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 no. Now Manchester City also has a better goal difference. Yeah, before that game, Manchester City was worse in terms of goal difference. That's a bit surprising, but because Manchester City is considered to be a king of goal scoring this season, Arsenal were not worse, and they definitely have the best defense in the league with Gabriel Martinelli and William Saliba. Also, right now, also as Mikel Arteta was absolutely right saying that this season is already a history. It's not a progress for the team. It's already a history because that's the biggest amount of victories also for Arsenal side in their entire history. Yeah, that's the biggest amount of matches won since Premier League started in the current format with 38 teams. So that's definitely a history. That's definitely history. They also with no difference of right that result of the result today. They will be the team with most points, collecting more points in the entire history of Arsenal, and also, yeah, even more points and more victories than 2003 2004 run, when they went unbeaten. Invincible run, had less points. They finished the league winning the title with 84 points. So with current Manchester City, that Arsenal would be out of the title race. The Arsenal with no defeats through the whole season. With Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Dennis Beckham, those Arsenal would finish the title. Would finish the title challenge at round 36. Yeah, that's that's something out of mind. They would be as if if nothing happens, if miracle is not happening at Etihad today. Manchester City is finishing this league with 91 points, and these Arsenal could finish with 89. And Arsenal, an invincible Arsenal, the Arsenal who went through the league with no defeats, finished it up with 84 points only. So there are basically a lot of really there are a lot of great facts about these Arsenal. They are unique from many perspectives. Also, the least number of goals conceded in entire Arsenal history. That's definitely Arteta was right. That's definitely not a progress. That's definitely a history. And now that's a chance for Everton with Calvert-Lewin hitting the post, and this wow, nice counter by Everton. Arsenal looks fully demotivated. Yeah, uh, this team was well known for fighting until the end of any match throughout the season. They were well known that even winning 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, they were always trying to get one more to get more and more and more goals. They were always putting press onto their opponent, and now they look broken. Yeah, they look totally broken. They definitely know the results, and it just it's not only you can see that not only on their faces but also on their legs, on their body language. Yeah, Everton could even win today with this Arsenal if Arteta changes nothing in the dressing room, but he could be also broken, to be honest. And that would be pretty much, and that would be pretty much understandable. But Premier League, whoa, Ducouré, no, no, that's a different player in Arsenal continuing their run. It's Martinelli playing today on the right. That's a bit surprising fact because normally, yeah, that's a place for Saka, and Saka. It looked like Saka was back from injury, and but finally, yeah, he was unable to play. Yeah, 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 yeah. Not in squad, not listed. That's it. Then it's understandable why Martinelli is on the pitch. Yeah, Martinelli right, Trossard left. Interesting. I think that yeah, like from the whole picture, yeah, from the point of view of like players' qualities in general and the structure of Arsenal gameplay, I would rather say that I would that it would suit Trossard. That it would suit better to put Trossard on the right and Martinelli on the left, but as left winger alongside Saka on the right. Ultimately, okay, sure. As a left winger, Trossard is probably in the best form in his life last matches. So that was the point, I guess, for Miguel Arteta. He didn't want to break something that is working perfectly. Yeah, like. He because Trossard had scored winners in both last matches of our last Arsenal matches. Previous against Manchester United, he was the author of the only goal in this game. Arsenal was really confident, absolutely confident, beating Manchester United, despite the fact Manchester United was in good form. Yeah, they lacked some players that were not fit, but the game plan of Eric Ten Hag was fully understandable and it was well executed. Whoa. Yeah, the challenge was by mm, Martinelli is still down, and it looks like he's still yeah, he's really suffering. Martinelli has been called up to the Brazil national squad for the Copa, and if that's a serious injury that could be a big problem personal for Gabriel Martinelli if he's not going there because Brazil with, yeah, he probably wouldn't start with Vinicius and Rodrigo in such form, who are both most comfortable, feel most comfortable on his position, on his natural position on the left wing, but. Uh, he could be a part of the team that are now considered to be probably the major contender for for the title to for winning Copa. Uh, it wouldn't be probably a big miss for a Brazil national team. Martinelli is a great player, but yeah, they have Vinicius and Rodrigo. But for him personally, it could hurt, and it doesn't look like like he's simulating or kind of that. Yeah, because Arsenal was with the ball. Arsenal had a great goal scoring opportunity even without inside. Sometimes it could be even considered that it's kind of a situation better than a penalty. Yeah, better than penalty. But no, and Everton is scoring. Yeah, I have a problem with the translation of. And Everton is now with the goal. With the goal, Arteta furious, but fans are supporting their team. Ghana, yeah, it's probably Ghana to score or Dukure. No, no, it's Ghana. Yeah, but no, that was wide. That was definitely wide, and it could be even a own goal from Declan Rice. Yeah, he tried to stop the ball, but that's not his fault. Such such shit happens. That's okay. Declan Rice, one of the best Arsenal players. Uh, yeah, yeah. There were a lot of jokes about Declan Rice showing Manchester City and Manchester United bosses how does really 100 million pounds players what does 100 million pounds players cost and what difference they are able to make because like especially the Chelsea and Mr. Todd Bowley, yeah, who strengthened the same zone on the field with Moses Caicedo and Moses Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez combined costing Chelsea 200 million pounds. Yeah, and uh, they are both not playing even on the level of one Declan Rice. So truly made a difference. Arsenal was really strong last season, but now uh, thanks to Declan Rice, they look much more safety, much more agile. Yeah, I would say that Arteta 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 is furious. Yeah, because doesn't matter what's happening at Etihad. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. You should win your own match. Yeah, you should win your own game, and that's for sure. But it's in such situation when Arsenal for the second year in a row are the team with the most days on top of throughout the Premier League race. Yeah, last season and also this season. And this season also they would finish as the team with most days on top of Premier League, and they will drop the title on the final matches once again. Mm, yeah, last season the team was not so safe. Yeah, last season it looked like Manchester City in the title winning side and Arsenal. Well, that's a chance, and that's Tomiyasu, and that is 1-1. That is 1-1. It is 1-1 for Arsenal. To be honest, Tomiyasu looks like prime Zinchenko, and if the opponent's side are all the time trying to close Zinchenko, not to give him space. Tomiyasu is now left for the third, I guess, time, and for the third time, he has no opponent in front of him. And with an easy goal scoring opportunity. Liverpool is also now leading 2-0 against Wolverhampton. Last Jurgen Klopp match at Anfield and last Jurgen Klopp match as a Liverpool manager. Yeah, like looks like they have a replacement right now. Looks like Arsenal gonna be kind of those Jurgen Klopp Liverpool, but the problem is Guardiola is still there, and throughout his 9 years in Liverpool, he won just just one Premier League. Pep Guardiola winning seven. That was dominant. So I wish success to Arsenal fans. To Arsenal fans, yeah. He's showing me. I don't know what's that right now, what it means right now, but they are trying to support their team this time, 7 minutes at a time. That's interesting because not so many pauses there were. Yeah, two players were lying on the pitch with Gabriel Martinelli, but in some it could be Ducouré and Gabriel Martinelli. Yeah, could be that it could really be that Arsenal has that in some combined there were kind of 7 minutes with Martinelli and Ducouré. Arsenal fans crying. We keep supporting. Yeah, that's definitely a difficult thing to do. That's definitely a tough thing to do. Foul from Declan Rice. He was aggressive in pressing. Yeah, now that's a goal. Yeah, that was not free from Arsenal fan. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The interest is now back with Mohamed Kudus to score for West Ham, and it's now 2-1. Just two goals needed to change the whole situation. One here for Arsenal and one there at 88 for West Ham to change the situation or to turn the situation around. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I was too fast. The Premier League knows different ways. Yeah, Premier League definitely surprises with different scenarios, with a lot of scenarios that has, and also on the final match day. We all know the famous Manchester City victory of 2012 when they were finally able to win 3-2. Yeah, and right here, and right now here Arsenal again. Uh, yeah, that was a different situation. There, the leader of the league was losing till the 93rd minute, and he forced it. Yeah, yeah, that's a foul, definitely. That's a foul for Arsenal. What's an interesting case that is, I have not seen what yet because the translation from Manchester City West Ham game is down completely, so I don't know how that happened. But as I see from statistics, West Ham has 0.08 xg. That yeah, that is something extraordinary to score with such a low chance. But Kudus could score brilliant goals, especially if we're talking about his dribbling. Yeah, as I've already mentioned today, he's the guy with the most dribbles and the most successful dribbles this season in the entire Premier League. So here he's really good. Arsenal trying to get in front. even before that. Yeah, Arsenal is trying to find their second goal before the break. Yeah, side. Everton tried to go fast, but unsuccessfully. Now Thomas Partey was the ball. Yeah, that's still 3 minutes to go. Yeah, the first half. Now it's minute 49. That's still 3 minutes to go. Yeah, looks like they know. Yeah, looks like they do know what's happening in parallel match because the mood they with the mood of Arsenal players changes dramatically. Basically, right now at this very moment and at this very spot, uh, nothing has changed for Arsenal because Manchester City is still in front. They're still leading 2-1. Not a bad shot. Great ball from Martin Odegaard, but it could be a corner. Could be like the better option for Arsenal would be to keep the goal because they've already set a record of the biggest number of goals scored from corners this season. Also, yeah, one more record for Arsenal side. Yeah, I missed when I was counting those records. Though, yeah, one more record. Here we are. Arsenal has scored this season, let me check, I guess 17 goals or 18 goals directly from corner kicks, and that's the biggest amount in the entire history. Yeah, what Guardiola told before the match today, when you're playing for something in the last game of the season, it will always going to be difficult. And now his team is proving that point because the difficulties occurred from nowhere. The difficulties occurred from nowhere, to be honest. They were leading 2-1. Yeah, Arteta told that Arsenal deserved this. Yeah, that's the first half is finished. First half is finished. Arteta, furious Arteta going to the dressing room. Whoa. Yeah, but that was not the right idea. You just imagine the situation when Manchester City suddenly drops points against West Ham, like one more sudden goal. Yeah, Kudus has already scored the one, and one more sudden goal from West Ham side, but Arsenal because they were pretty much sure nothing is going on, City is winning, and so on, so on, so on. Arsenal is unable to beat Everton. No, that's drama. That would be drama. With no doubt, that would be an awful scenario. So we'll see. Both sides are on break right now. Manchester City 2-1 in front. Arsenal 1-1 with playing 1-1 with Everton. It gotta change second half. I'm sure that the Arsenal attitude, press they put onto Everton, is going to increase significantly. After. We'll see. Hey, now back from a small break. Once again to discuss with you Arsenal and Manchester City title hopes. That was a really strange, a bit unexpected first half from Arsenal, but I think that it was dictated by the result of parallel match, by the score line in a parallel match when Manchester City has been leading. Now let's make a brief overlook of what is happening in parallel matches. That's the final round in a Premier League. So all matches go in parallel. We have 10 games ongoing right now. Okay, 10 games with a break, having a break right now, having a halftime break right now, but meaningless. Burnley against Nottingham Forest. The game where Nottingham will probably secure their stay at the Premier League this season, despite of the points ban. The only hope for Luton is that Nottingham Forest will face a bigger point ban. Yeah, that would be a cabinet victory, but on the field, even with those -4, Nottingham Forest is looking to secure their stay, beating Burnley away nil 2. Brighton, Manchester United. Well, final match for Roberto De Derby. We don't know. Basically, is that the final match for Eric Ten Hag or it's not? Because there are a lot of rumors sending, let's say, Thomas Tuchel or many other managers. Also, Brighton manager Roberto De Derby also sending them to Manchester United to replace Ten Hag as he's expected to be fired. Manchester City, the Manchester United definitely failed this season. They are eighth, and that's something mad. That's something truly mad. Because the previous season they've got better. They should have got better this season because because of new players like Nordin Amrabat. Because no one left. New players like Nordin Amrabat, Rasmus Højlund, Kurt, strong players. but the situation looks truly awful this season for Man United. Last year they were third team in the league, and they were like safely third. There were, yeah, like Manchester City and Arsenal, well, like look alike with this season situation, but there were Arsenal and Manchester City fighting for the titles, but Manchester United was third safely, and right now they're eighth. And here in their match against Brighton, they're it's nil-nil, okay, but Brighton is dominating. They have more shots, like 10-3, and if we talk about expected goals, it goes even worse for Man United with one period for Brighton and nil period 17 for Man United. They are probably terrible today. Also, one more day they play terribly. Yeah, and that's why the they would probably finish eighth because Newcastle will secure their seventh spot. They could be potentially higher if Chelsea loses, but Chelsea is now also winning. Chelsea is winning against Bournemouth 1-0. But Newcastle United is beating Brentford away, nil to three. They are, yeah, they are probably the most unstable team because they could go down any team with a lot of goals and also beat more or less any team in the league with also a lot of goal difference, with also a huge goal difference. So they were definitely not ready for Champions League for facing the Champions League. They were good. They finished fourth, but that was an extremely tough group with two Champions League semi-finalists in it, Borussia Dortmund and PSG. And Milan also not a weak side, let's be honest. They finished fourth, but they were fighting until the end, even to advance to the next round. So they were good, but in the Premier League they were much worse than a season ago. Than last season, they were much worse, probably because they don't have enough squad resources to fix that. Crystal Palace is really going vital. One throw against Fulham, they are now beating Aston Villa to finish. Yeah, guaranteed their fourth spot and will play in the Champions League next year. But how Glasner changed the team? Yeah, okay, that's at this time it's quite a short period. It's not a period you can make long-term forecasts, but predictions. Yeah, mm, but looks really great. They beat Liverpool away. They beat West Ham 5-2. They beat Newcastle, then draw against Fulham. They beat 4-0 Manchester United and 1-3 away Wolverhampton. Now they're beating Aston Villa, the fourth team this season. Sounds like they're really great. They're really in the top four right now. In a previous video, I've shown some details some insights on Newcastle and how did they rearrange gameplay under Oliver Glasner, and the key role was given to wingers, to wing players like Olise and Ez. Uh, they are playing. They play with much more freedom than under Roy Hodgson. Yeah, uh, and that secures point for Fulham. Yeah, Liverpool is winning against Wolverhampton 2-0 in a final. Nelson Semedo was sent out early on 28th minute. After that, two goals from Liverpool third with Alistair and Jarvel Kwanzaa score in the second match day in a row. Mm, next, Fulham, Luton, both teams. Luton could potentially stay, but also if Sheffield United, if Nottingham Forest loses to Burnley, looks like Luton could potentially stay, but there is so few chances for that. But that is still worth fighting for. Luton, they're now losing to Fulham, but that's still worth fighting because it could be like yeah because if let's say Manchester City, let's say Sheffield United is gonna be fined 5 more points or 3 more points. Yeah, then this victory for Luton Town would be crucial to stay. So it's not so clear, and they still have something to fight for, despite that they're 2-1 down at their home ground against Fulham with Raul Jimenez and Adama Traore scoring. Adama Traore for the first time for a long time to score. And that's it. So expecting Arsenal and Manchester City players to get back to the pitch soon, and waiting for the teams. The Arsenal is already there. Arsenal is on the pitch. Everton is not. Arsenal is all Arsenal 11 is now near the central circle, and they are now Everton showing up. Arsenal standing together, motivating each other. Yeah, because that would be a tragedy. That would be a drama for them if they don't win the title, not because of not because of Manchester City winning calmly uh, against West Ham, but because of Arsenal unable to beat Everton. That would be a tragedy. That definitely would be a tragedy. Manchester City are back in game, and Arsenal against Everton also started. Chelsea scored their second goal in its ex-Man City player, Raheem Sterling. Long ball to Calvert-Lewin. Raya acting calmly, getting the ball. Out for Everton. Yeah, Arsenal is in the same mood as at the beginning of this match. They're still as quick, as uh, as motivated, as intensive. That's ball for Arsenal. Will withdraw. Elias probably the most dangerous player. He was not responsible for creating the danger himself, but he was the most dangerous player for Arsenal in the first half as a finisher. Anyway, Martinelli on the right, still on the right. I think it would be interesting if they switched side. Oh, Martinelli was a nice cross. Kai Havertz hitting Euros as the main forward, I guess, of German national team. I think that this fight with Niklas Füllkrug for the striker's spot would be won by Havertz. Pickford showing the partners that it would be a long ball. It's strange. Ben White. All the best, with exceptional, all the best except Bakaya Saka are ready in Arsenal side. Everton has bigger problems. Bournemouth 2-1 against scored a goal against Chelsea. It's MS Unal, ex-Getafe player, ex-Getafe star. No, not starring for Bournemouth. Let's say this way. So yeah, Everton has much more problems with Dele Alli injured, Andre Gomes injured, Mikolenko injured. Yeah, they all are first choice players for Everton, but it's Sean Dyche side. They are still very physical. They are still very uncomfortable to play with. Whoa, could be yellow. No? Yeah, that's a yellow. But some referees could even, I think that for that kind of foul, some referees could even give a red. Whoa. No chance to reach the ball. Absolutely unnecessary attempt from Tarkovsky. Yeah, there was clearly no chance to reach the ball. Just a brutal tackle. Luckily, Havertz uninjured. Yeah, you can take a look at that. How deeply Havertz is sitting when Arsenal is on the ball. He's nominal central striker, but he could play around the central circle. So that's really interesting in terms of how Arsenal is playing the ball. And why not? Now Arteta seems to be more satisfied with his team than in the first half, and that's a chance for Kai Havertz. No, finally, no, that was Braithwaite was able to touch the ball slightly, and that was enough if that was enough to make Kai Havertz unable to reach it. Slight touch, crucial in this episode. Yatsu, Trossard, Smarty, Ben White, Crystal Palace with as as I mentioned, as one of the key points for Crystal Palace success, they are now leading 3-0 against Aston Villa. They are now, and it's as to score. Martin Odegaard, Party, well, onside. No, I was onside. That's a corner or that's a throw in? No, offside? No. That's a throw in, and that's a throw in for Everton. Yeah, and has unlucky touch from yeah, and that's a throw in for Arsenal. No foul for Ben White side. He's recovering after his own mistake. What a throw in! Great one. Extremely precise, right to Martinelli. Not a perfect first touch, and Everton able to clear, but the throw in was really perfect. Once again, and one more clearance from Everton. Yeah, that's now a mistake from Saliba. Bad touch, but in defense, he's great. Whoa. Yeah, now it's yellow for Dukure. Yeah, it's not because it was too dangerous for health, but because it was too because that was unsportable. So yeah, looks like it hurts. Looks like it's hurt for Gabriel, and he has some problems with his shoulder. By the way, don't really get it what happened. Maybe while that's falling, there was a problem with falling yellow for Dukure. Now Arsenal without Gabriel. No, no, with him. Yeah, no doctors. No doctors called Martinelli. Whoa, covered you in. And Trossard unable to get the ball back. Throw in for Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli. Most of attacks are going through the right flank, but Bakayo Saka is not there. The most dangerous player, the most dangerous Arsenal player this season, player with most G plus A goals and assists combined with 18 goals and 9 assists this Premier League. There was a chance for Ghana to give a great pass to Doucouré, but another decision made. James Tarkovsky, Brett Wade. It's now, yeah, it's now a positional Everton attack. Sounds fine. Sounds fine. And it's Tottenham to secure the sixth spot with Pedro Porro scoring second. Gabriel looks like the one with serious problems with his shoulder. Whoa. He asks for help? Probably, yeah. He's unable to play. Whoa. That's a big problem for Arsenal. Could be in this game, but they are supposed to attack anyway. They are supposed to attack. So Yasu probably would Zinchenko go. But that is Gabriel, not Martinelli. But Magalhães, Gabriel Magalhães looks like the one who is untouchable in Brazil's side. Best central defender Brazil currently has, and that could be a great problem for them in Copa, but also for Brazil's side because he's the main defender in this team. He's definitely right now he's the best Brazilian defender in world football. Yeah, his pair with alongside with Marquinhos could be could be really tough to pass through. But yeah, let's take a look what consequences this injury will have for Gabriel Magalhães. Zinchenko, yeah, Zinchenko ready to enter the pitch. And Manchester City scoring third. It's 3-1 and it's Rodri. One more player. Yeah, like I would say that Rodri and Foden combined replaced Gundogan. Yeah, I guess that's more about instructions from Zinchenko to Edegor and from Edegor to Zinchenko. It's more about their gameplay. I don't think we are discussing Rodri's goal and the fact that Manchester City is in front by 2 goals once again. There was an offside, but it doesn't matter. Raya is on the ball. That's chance for Arsenal. Yeah, that about Zinchenko with the ball inside the box. Ziva, the goal. Right. This goal from Arsenal is now expected to lose the league with really numerous records. Like as I've already mentioned, 27 matches won. That's more than invincible Arsenal did. Uh, but also the most amount of goals scored from corners, and also if they could be champions, the youngest champions in the history of the British Premier League. And they are only sixth in terms of possession in the Premier League, losing not only to Manchester City but also to Brighton, to Man United, Tottenham. Raya after this Calvert-Lewin run. Yeah, so an Arsenal looks like it's a rare top club who is the same comfortable also without the ball. Mm, yeah, one more interesting fact: Arsenal scored three plus goals in 17 matches this season, and in six of those matches they've scored five plus goals. Yeah, they were truly dominating. Crystal Palace with fourth goal against Aston Villa. Nice to heard. And, and a brace from Kulusevski for Tottenham, winning 0-3 against Sheffield. Broken or no? Record. No. Long shot from Declan Rice. That's pretty pro. Like from an aesthetical point of view, nice stop from Raya, nice run by Calvert-Lewin, nice stop from Raya.